What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Before we get to the video, I just wanted to quickly mention the statues currently for sale. I still am, I don't have to, but these two raptors, I don't technically need them, but obviously I can still fit them, and then we put the other raptor there. But they are for sale. In addition, I'm going to be selling my custom raptor bust. So this is a custom with that custom like base and the sign. That's what you'll get. Everything you see here, this is 39 inches tall, plus all the plants that are part of the base. But that's for sale. It'll ship in 2 boxes, more or less just like bubble wrapped. Not very heavy. There's a pole that basically goes onto a wooden thing that lifts it up, and that's how it is. So that is for sale. 1,200 plus ship. These are like 150 each, so 300 for the pair. And I paid about 160 for each of these, and this I'm just selling basically for what I paid. So the reason I'm selling this is I'm going to get the Chronicle bust. Of course I want a Raptor bust, but Chronicle will fit better. It's not going to take up as much space. It's going to be shorter, smaller base. It'll allow this just to look better, in my opinion. So we are selling the, my custom Raptor bust. If anyone wants this, I would sell that. I don't even, whatever, throw me an offer. In addition, let me think what else I'm selling. It's kind of it, I guess. But today I wanted to go over with you guys just some random ideas I've had. Things I've thought of, highly considered, for the collection, like different display changes I may have considered. One thing is making this whole wall from Rotunda to the left Terminator. All Terminator. I thought, man, how sick would it be to do like the T1000 with Prime 1 T1000 bust and the Pure Arts bust. On this side, do Arnold, Prime 1, Arnold with, let's just call it the Pure Arts battle damaged Endo. Underneath, you could technically do, let's just say, for example, and I don't really plan to do this, but I've thought of it, the Endo bust with the 1/3 Endo and Dark Side Clean Arnold, above the battle damaged. Here do Sarah Connor Dark Side and the Sarah Connor custom bust. Underneath, do T1000, the Frozen bust with Dark Side T1000. I'm like, man, how sick would that look? And then underneath there would just be the Jurassic World Dominion. So it's all Jurassic, all Terminator, all AVP, all horror and creatures. I'm like, man alive, that would be so freaking cool. I've definitely considered that. But of course, that means, putting like Game of Thrones elsewhere, and you have to make other sacrifices or forego Game of Thrones and this and that. And I'm also having a lot of duplicate characters, like the Endo bust having a life size, 2 Arnolds, 2 T1000 busts, and 2 T1000 1/3. It just gets a lot of repetitiveness, so that's one reason I haven't considered it. But trust me, I've definitely thought about it. And I've definitely thought of some things for this room, especially with like the DC, because I really, really love the look from Joker to Superman. That's my favorite part of this room, hands down. The bust in 1/3 with a silicone bust and a, really high-end 1/3, especially like the J&D look or like the Joker. I feel like that is the absolute best look, in this room. And I've always thought, man, how cool would it be if, for example, we did like Mera bust with J&D Mera, Aquaman bust with either that Aquaman or that Aquaman, maybe that one. I don't mind it if the costume's different, as long as it's the same character. And I'm saying, for example, we move the Trinity, but you do like Mera, Aquaman, and then technically, I guess you could do the Trinity, starting with like, I'm thinking, just Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Darkseid, Steppenwolf, Shazam, or Black Adam. But you kind of get the gist. Or even I thought hypothetically, what if I got like the Arthur Fleck Joker bust with Prime 1 Joker? Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie, granted I need to rewatch it, but I still think the statues look amazing. And then imagine getting rid of Bane and putting the Batman bust there. The Infinity Batman bust. I'm like, man, that definitely look cooler. You'd have to obviously get rid of basically the entire League, all of that. Or basically all of it if we keep that other one. Technically, we could keep that Batman with this Batman bust. But you'd have to get rid of everything else. Ideally, it would probably be best to have everything bust in 1/3 up until that shelf and just do Darkseid. Everything else bust in 1/3. Boom. Imagine how cool that would be. I have highly considered going down that route. A few reasons I haven't. I get less characters. And of course, I would not put DC here. This would just be Marvel. But, it's like I wouldn't have a Bane, and I wouldn't have the full Justice League. And I really do like having that. But imagine how cool it'd be to have that Aquaman. Oof. And, just bust in 1/3 throughout this whole room. Outside of, obviously, this just be my bust display. Outside of Hulkbuster, of course. But I have highly considered this one. Honestly, I really have. I've thought, man, maybe I should just list my Justice League, buy Aquaman bust. I'm already getting Mera, so just get Aquaman. And once I get him, I put both my Aquamans with him and decide which one I like more. Although that will pair better next to J&D Mera. I've definitely highly considered it, but I just don't know if I could ever honestly get rid of my Justice League statues. That is one of my favorite movies. So freaking good. And I just don't know if I could do it. And I really do love that Bane statue. So it's hard to get rid of that one as well. But then again, the Bale bust is obviously going to be better than this. But it's also doing kind of repeat characters. But this is definitely one I've, really considered, I will say. I have really considered, bust in 1/3 throughout the entire room except for Darkseid. Just throw Darkseid here, obviously not with the weapon, just do arms behind the back. And then Superman, I'd actually want Superman right here. So Superman 1/3 and bust. And then Wonder Woman, then Batman. And then I'll just call it Arthur Fleck right there next to Batman. And then do Harley, so Harley's still next to a Joker. And then do Aquaman and Mera. Aquaman bust because he's so big you want him in the corner. But imagine how cool that would be. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. And, let's say I didn't do the Aquaman or Arthur Fleck bust, but let's say, what if Infinity Studios did a Flash bust? That'd be really cool with the new movie coming out. I wouldn't doubt it if they did. They could keep that Flash, get the Flash bust. Yeah, it's just a random thought, honestly. I don't know if I'd ever do that. Selling the whole Justice League, I mean, I know that Batman goes for a lot of money, and I think Wonder Woman goes for like $1,500. That Aquaman doesn't sell good. Neither does the Golden one. Neither one does. Cyborg and Flash, it wouldn't be too difficult, I don't think, if I wanted to sell all 4 of those. The Aquaman bust, I don't even know where I could get that now if I truly wanted it. But trust me, it's something I've highly considered. Definitely considered. I would say that's one of the few areas in my collection I've truly considered doing like a pretty big change. Like this room, I'm honestly really happy with this room. I mean, I still really want to get like Godzilla vs. Kong and do my whole Godzilla vs. Kong setup in this whole area. And then this is just my Lord of the Rings. I mean, I've also considered just doing Lord of the Rings from here over here and incorporating, like some of the Infinity busts. But ultimately, I'd rather have Godzilla vs. Kong versus those busts. Especially like that King Ghidorah, one of my best statues. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of some of these ideas. I always am randomly thinking of stuff, and then eventually after I've considered it so much, I've done Photoshops, I finally execute it. I'm not going to do a Photoshop of this scenario. It's too many angles. But I do think it would look really cool, if Trinity was right there, and then just Superman next to Darkseid. And then have bust in 1/3 here, like you could do Harley, Joker, Aquaman, Mera. Bale bust, boom. But again, think of what we'd have to give up. It's quite a bit, but I don't know. I think it'd be worth it. You PO Bale bust, do Bale bust there. Put Marvel underneath. You know, like we'd put that under here. And ultimately right here, what I want to do actually, because eventually I'm going to run out of Marvel bust space, you know, when I get like Strange, Loki, Thor. I want to put Venom over here and do Spidey over here. And if I make that the 60-inch wide shelf, which, you know, it's only going to extend it out to about right there, by the way, I could actually do Spidey bust, Spidey 1/4, and Hulk bust. I was thinking of doing that. That way Hulk can come out. We could put Doctor Strange there. Spidey bust is removed for future, let's just call it Star-Lord bust or Ant-Man. And then, you know, I want to scoot everything so we could do 2 and 2. Because Doctor Strange isn't very wide. He's very, like, not wide at all. So we could move him over. And I was even thinking of removing this Iron Man and doing just the Iron Man bust and putting him right here. Because when the 60 inches extended out, I could just put the Iron Man there. Do Mark 7, Loki, Thor, Thanos, Strange. You know, like I said, Star-Lord. And then over here would be like the continuation. You know, I think that's probably what I eventually will do for Marvel. So, yeah, we'll eventually do that. And if I did do a 60-inch here, I could honestly keep Bane, just put him in between Joker and Batman, and then do Batman bust. But yeah, definitely how they consider. Oh yeah, I'm also selling these if anyone would want to buy them. If anyone's interested in any of these, let me know. I'll sell them individually if I have to, but I would sell them. Anyways, folks, this is just some random Flankster ideas. You know, I'm about to go to bed now. Hit the gym hard in the morning, chest day. Last week when I did chest, I benched 225, 41 reps straight. I posted it on my Instagram, so make sure you follow that. I don't post a lot of weightlifting stuff just because I know you guys simply don't care, but I consider that quite an achievement. I actually have done it 50 reps at my best, but you know, that was a few years ago when I was a little bit better shape, and I'm trying to get back to 50. Anyways, folks, that is it for today's video. If you're looking to buy statues, use the links below, and I'll see you in the next one. And as far as statues arriving, we have a lot in transit, folks. So next one is the Attack Raptor. That's going to arrive next week, 100% next week. Then after that will be the Alien Warrior, the Predator Closed Mouth Bust, Infinity Wonder Woman, Queen Alien, probably Wanda and Doom, Mera Bust, which still hasn't shipped, but who knows. But yeah, we have a lot of good stuff in transit, so make sure you've subbed to the channel and hit that bell notification. We've got a lot of amazing statues in the next few weeks, and also the Chronicle Raptor Bust. That is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.